Hello everyone, ChatMac here, bringing another WWE 13 prediction video. Right now we're predicting the outcome of the Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Oddly, only one Elimination Chamber match this year. As of what I know, they haven't decided to make the six-man tag team match an Elimination Chamber tag team match. So this match is to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, to challenge for the title at WrestleMania. And in typical WWE fashion, it's probably not going to be the main event. I mean, not even the Royal Rumble was the main event at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. But usually, the Elimination Chamber is the highlight of the night. It's the thing people pay to see, because the name of the pay-per-view is the Elimination Chamber, and it tends to be a very exciting match. So, this year, we have Kane, Daniel Bryan, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho in the Elimination Chamber match. Now, first of all, I think Jack Swagger must be either getting a pretty good push if they decided to put him in the Elimination Chamber, or he's just there to take the fall for someone else. One of the two. Either way, it's slightly interesting that they decided to put him in there after, he missed, 5 months. He wasn't on television. You'd think that they'd just given up on Jack Swagger, but they've decided to give him another shot, and he's doing quite well. So I'm a fan of Jack Swagger. I liked him when he was world champion. I liked him when he was ECW champion. Before that, he could carry the whole brand basically. So I'm a fan of him. Not my favorite superstar by any stretch of the imagination, but still a good guy to have. He's got decent in-ring skills, decent mic skills. He's got a great look to him. He looks like he could be a threat. Very nice double dropkick there by Jericho in the video. But yeah, back on track. The other participants, Kane and Daniel Bryan, the tag team champions, who have been going through a bit of a rough patch. They've gone back to being dysfunctional and whatnot in storyline. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Kane and Daniel Bryan start off the match and be the first two out of their pods. Now, it seems pretty obvious that something's going to happen between them two. More probable than not, one is going to eliminate the other, and then the other is going to lead the other's elimination. So, for example, Daniel Bryan eliminates Kane, and then Kane gets mad, chokeslams Bryan, someone else pins Bryan. Typical post-elimination. Both of them are out to set up a feud between them. Maybe I was initially thinking that they might defend the tag team championship against the Shield at WrestleMania, or someone like that, or maybe Team Rhodes Scholars before they, disbanded. But I'm thinking an idea would be to have Kane face Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Have them lose the tag team championships maybe the next night on Raw or something like that, and then blame each other, and then that leads to a feud between them. I think that would be quite enjoyable. And I kind of like feuds where it's not set in stone who's the face, who's the heel, and you just left to decide who you want to cheer for. I think it's much more organic, much more natural. So yeah, Kane eliminates Daniel Bryan, then Daniel Bryan eliminates Kane, and then maybe Kane chokeslams Daniel Bryan, gets eliminated by Jack Swagger, who has now entered the ring. So that gives Swagger a bit of a push, eliminating Kane. So we're now down to 4 people. The next person in should be Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho enters the match, fights with Swagger a bit, and then maybe Mark Henry comes in, and then finally Randy Orton comes in, and 4 people in the ring. Orton eliminates Swagger. Mark Henry eliminates Orton, since he has beaten him on SmackDown. Makes sense because Orton, it helps him get him over if he eliminates Swagger a little bit. And then Mark Henry eliminating Orton doesn't really hurt Orton because, Henry's a beast, whereas if someone like Jericho or Swagger eliminated Orton, that wouldn't be as good for Orton. And then finally, Chris Jericho with the upset eliminates Mark Henry. That is my prediction for what will happen. Chris Jericho wins the Elimination Chamber match. Now, to justify that, I thought there might be a few possibilities. Initially, I ruled out Jack Swagger because I thought there's no way he's winning this. Then I thought maybe they're setting up Ziggler versus Swagger at WrestleMania, carrying on from that feud they had a few months ago. maybe Dolph Ziggler cashes in Money in the Bank before WrestleMania, Swagger wins the Elimination Chamber, and they have Ziggler Swagger at WrestleMania. But number one, I don't think Swagger is ready for that yet. I don't think he's over enough. I don't think the crowd would respond very well to a Jack Swagger push of that magnitude. And they haven't really given much focus to the Ziggler Swagger backstory. You know, they haven't even referenced it or anything to my knowledge. So I'm ruling Jack Swagger out. For reasons I've mentioned, I'm ruling Kane and Daniel Bryan out because they're going to go into their own feud. They're not going to challenge for a world title at WrestleMania. This leaves three people: Mark Henry, Randy Orton, and Chris Jericho. Now, Mark Henry, they have been pushing him, and you know, I don't think anyone would be too shocked to see Mark Henry win in a kayfabe sense, because he has been very dominant as of late. But if you think about it, Alberto Del Rio versus Mark Henry at WrestleMania would not be a good draw. You know, it's not going to happen. Mark Henry versus The Big Show, that's not going to happen. They're both heels. Plus, it's already happened quite a few times in the past. And on the off chance that Ziggler does cash in Money in the Bank, Dolph Ziggler versus Mark Henry isn't going to happen. So, no matter which of those three people, Alberto Del Rio, Big Show, or Dolph Ziggler, goes to WrestleMania as the world champion, they would not be a good superstar for Mark Henry to face. So that rules Mark Henry out. Now, we are left with two people, Randy Orton and Chris Jericho. Randy Orton's booking around WrestleMania has been pretty bad as of late. Even his booking in general has not been amazing. He's put in pretty much filler feuds with people like Kane or other people, and like Alberto Del Rio late last year, Dolph Ziggler, and it's just not doing wonders for him really, because he seems like an afterthought. Even though he's one of the most over superstars in the whole roster, he's not being utilized correctly. Even if you don't have space for him in the world title picture, you should still give him a more meaningful feud. Make him feud with someone like Sheamus, for instance. That would be a good feud for him. They kind of teased that a little bit when Sheamus was world champion, a face versus face feud with Randy Orton. That would have been the feud of 2012 as far as SmackDown is concerned, but they didn't have that. They could still have Randy Orton versus Sheamus at WrestleMania. It would have been a lot easier to build if they had Sheamus in the Elimination Chamber. They could have them eliminate each other and then start off the feud like that. But that should be a good feud. Now, as far as Orton winning, I don't think it would be impossible, but I don't think it would be the best route to go, because you know, they could have Ziggler versus Orton, and that would be a very good match. Though it has already happened, and it wouldn't have too much build to it. They could have Orton Big Show. It will also be a good match. And they could have Orton Del Rio, though that's not very likely. So all three are possible, but not necessarily likely. What does make a lot more sense is for Chris Jericho to win this match, because they've given a lot of focus to the Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler backstory. Since Dolph Ziggler retired Chris Jericho last summer. And they could easily have a match at WrestleMania, which they almost definitely have a match at WrestleMania. It could be for the Money in the Bank briefcase maybe. Or, alternatively, Chris Jericho could win this match, and then Dolph Ziggler could cash in Money in the Bank after the Del Rio Big Show match, win the world title, and you have Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. And if they're not ready for Ziggler to have a long title reign, they could have Chris Jericho take the title off him at WrestleMania. Have a face title win to open WrestleMania in what would be a really good match. That'll be, you know, it'll make sense. It'll be a very good start to the pay-per-view. Ziggler has mentioned that he wants to cost Chris Jericho the Elimination Chamber. That could happen. Dolph Ziggler could interfere, make Jericho be eliminated by I don't know, maybe someone like Mark Henry or Randy Orton, one of the other options. Probably Randy Orton if it is the case. And, you know, have Randy Orton win the Elimination Chamber and then set up Jericho versus Ziggler as a non-title feud at WrestleMania. And that would also be the less obvious option, you know, because right now pretty much everyone is expecting Jericho to win. And it does make sense, because Jericho versus Ziggler would be a great match. They have been building it up, and I would love to see it at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. That is my final prediction. Chris Jericho wins the Elimination Chamber by finally eliminating Mark Henry, and goes on to WrestleMania to face Dolph Ziggler, who will have won the World Heavyweight Championship by cashing his Money in the Bank briefcase somewhere along the line. Maybe not necessarily on the night of the pay-per-view, maybe the next night after, I don't know, Big Show attacks Del Rio after Del Rio retains or something like that. But yeah, I expect Ziggler to cash in, Jericho to win this match. They have a match at WrestleMania. That is what I expect. The match itself should be very, very good. They have a lot of big names in there, and Elimination Chamber matches are always very entertaining. That's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe my channel for more WWE13 content. And I will see you guys next time. Chat Mike out.
Jericho squeezing down on the head. You may have an ego, but when you're as good as Randy Orton, you have the right to be a little cocky. Footwork backbreaker. Look at those eyes. Oh yeah, this could be big. Mark Henry showing tremendous power. Jericho is so crafty in the WWE ring. He always finds a way to get it done. He wasted no time going for that pin. Has the headlock. What a series. Nobody's backing down here. Jericho controlling the head. Orton escapes. The Viper. Wow, what a sequence. Wild strike misses the target. Oh man, he got turned inside out. Missed him. Into the headlock. Orton controlling the arm. Oh no! Oh! Not this. Knees to the face. Oh my gosh. Orton's face is just drenched. Orton's in trouble. Jericho believes that everything he does is perfect. And that into the cover hooks the leg. Over the years, Randy Orton's racked up a boatload of sins, and he's paying for all of them tonight. The game plan, submission on the way from Jericho. Chris Jericho in total control again, and the expression has suddenly changed. One of the greatest superstars of all time. I'll give credit where it's due. Ouch! Hooking away. Oh, big right hand. He gets out of trouble there. A bit of a test of strength here. Oh, man. A clothesline out of nowhere. Wow, Jericho is so slippery. And the 400-pounder gets taken off his feet. Avoids the impact there. What's Mark Henry going to do? And there's a counter by... And will this be it? Mark Henry's got him. Good Lord, what a power bomb. Whoa, don't get up. Shoulders down. Right hand by Randy. Henry controlling the waist. Here comes the body splash. The Viper, collar and elbow tie-up. Big elbow. Hooks the leg. Wait a minute. Mark Henry looking to finish. What a move. Can he capitalize? He's going for the pin. This could be it. And the Legend Killer's done for. Into the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, the Herculean strength of Mark Henry. He could pin his opponent right here. into the collar and elbow tie-up. Only one can come out ahead. Oh, what a shot! His shoulders are down. Big punishment being delivered to Mark Henry. Watch out! In the near 400 pounds comes crashing down. Jericho is taking advantage. Oh, what a painful kick. Will it be? The plastic just exploded from the force of that impact. Slick move there by Jericho to reverse that. Jericho's support breaker. Wow, Mark Henry is really bleeding in there. Jericho sees the oh gosh, did you see that? That was incredible. It was like we saw a human wrecking ball. And will this be it? The world's strongest man is wounded. Oh, man. Hurting the ribs of the lower back. That just takes all of the power out of him. Oh, my God. An enziguri, a head kick. Henry's in trouble. Another kick to the head. Henry's in trouble. My goodness. A vicious boot to the skull. Oh, big impact on the prison wall. Jericho reverses it. Uh-oh, it's the walls of Jericho. I don't believe the destruction we're seeing. This guy's just going from one painful move to another. What diabolical things are going through that mind right now? When you get in control like this, you want to throw everything at your opponent. And that could be what we're seeing here. Oh, man, what a neck breaker. Jericho's trying. Jericho's looking to put him in the walls. Mark Henry is just too strong to get caught in a move like that. Oh my, what a splash. Oh, he's in trouble now. Mark Henry's not through. World's strongest slam. This match could be over. He may get the 3 count right here. He leaps into the air for a flying forearm. And that move will just about take your head off. Jericho has him in trouble. Jericho looking for something big. Too slow. Jericho setting up the walls. Can he score the pin? Jericho. Codebreaker. Jericho wins. Jericho wins. You want to talk about crowd pleasing? Take a look at the highlights from this match. Jericho. An emotional victory here tonight. Man, oh man, what a match.